All right, how's everyone doing? I'm Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out my channel. So what I want to get into today is trying to not be so distracted by other exercises when working out. And when I say working out, basically what I'm saying is if you're interested in working out with weights and then being distracted at the gym by other things, and I don't mean people in this case, I mean doing different exercises, which I first want to throw it on the table and say I'm not against anybody doing any type of exercise. I don't care if you like swimming, I don't care if you like racquetball, cycling, yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, whatever you like to do, God bless you. But a lot of times I realized this, especially recently, I can't even say recently, but it got brought up to me again, and I belong to an LA Fitness. And I know a lot of guys that play racquetball, and what they usually, if I run into them, I'm usually working out weights, they're playing racquetball. A lot of times they say, man, I keep trying to get into the gym to do the weights, but I come here and then I end up playing racquetball, or I end up going in the sauna, or I go to the jacuzzi, or I end up just doing something, maybe even playing some basketball. All great things, 100%. But what they sometimes want to do, for some reason they get distracted and can't do. And I get it. I lived it. When I was younger, I belonged to a YMCA for, I don't even know, for 15 years maybe, I don't know. And I also belonged to a civic center as well. And when I would go there with my friends, a lot of times I wanted to lift weights and I would get distracted. Mainly basketball or racquetball and handball, because that was really big back in Chicago in the 70s and 80s. So what happened was, the more and more I went to the gym, the more and more I got distracted, and I realized that was on me. And one thing that I started to do was not make myself available to being distracted. So for instance, when it first started off with racquetball and handball when I was younger at the YMCA, I literally didn't bring my glove for handball and I didn't bring my racket. And I know a lot of guys would be like, what are you doing? I thought we're here to play racquetball. And I'd be like, no, I'm here to work out now with weights. I'm gonna play racquetball or handball on other days, but these days I'm specifically working on weights and I don't want to be distracted. And like I was saying earlier too, basketball, when I realized I always had gym shoes, so the guys would always want to play a pickup game, or we need another guy, or whatever the case may be. I ended up jumping in between weights and basketball, or playing basketball before, and then getting fatigue and all this shit. Finally, I didn't even bring my gym shoes. I would bring my wrestling shoes because I wrestled. Then they knew I couldn't play basketball because it would tear up my feet. But what I'm getting to today, basically, is saying when you go to the gym, for one, I get we're going to be distracted, but you got to kind of set yourself up for exactly what you're going there to do. If you're going there to lift weights, like I was saying earlier, don't set yourself up by, bringing a racquetball racket. Or don't set yourself up like, say you are going to the gym actually to do a class in yoga or whatever the case may be, get the gear that you need specifically for that. It makes kind of sense, but for some reason, I think a lot of people like to bullshit themselves and say, I'm just going to go to the gym and see how it plays out. Then when they get there, they don't realize after weeks or months of even time, they may be getting, losing muscle mass or whatever the case may be. And they're like, holy shit, what am I doing? I kind of came to the gym to do weights and racquetball and classes or play basketball, but now I'm just kind of being distracted. I'm only constantly doing those things and not working out with weights. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you got some type of idea what I was talking about. It's basically just don't be distracted in the gym. And when you go there, have some type of mindset of what you want to do. And I'm all about going to a gym if it's working out with weights especially, and not ever doing the same workout. I love constantly evolving and changing things. But what I had to learn, like I was saying earlier, is not being distracted and not getting done what I wanted to get done that day. So if I went for chest and tries that day, I blew it off to play basketball. Then the next day, who knows what could have happened? I may have done something else. And then before you know it, you kind of lack. And that's the last thing you want to do, especially when you're trying to build up your body. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, you might want to check out my podcast, The Rich CELENZA Show, WTF Are You Talking About? I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you get a chance, subscribe. All right, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.